Okay, and we're back. So, week 9 of the NFL is come and gone, and it was a wild one. It was actually a pretty exciting week of football. We have some quarterback controversy in Arizona. We have some teams that just sold absolutely every single player they have, except, Breece Hall. And we have injuries as far as the eye can see. Let's get into it. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
So, what's interesting? It was starting to look like it was going to be, pretty slow trade deadline. Like, maybe one or two teams will make a move here. Maybe one or two teams will be sellers. And then all of a sudden, the Jets were like, you know what? Hold my beer. I haven't done anything the entire season. I got to get some attention somehow. And let's just get everybody out of here, except the guy who wants to leave the most, Breece Hall. So, it was weird. Teams that should have sold people didn't, aka the Bengals. But I don't know, man. This season's been so random in every way, shape, or form. It's like, okay, this is par for the course. Of course, the trade deadline was also going to be a little bit chaotic. It makes perfect sense. By the way, Chuck Dominguez, thank you for joining us. 7-2, baby. You lucky son of a gun. We'll get to that. But congratulations. Congratulations to your donkeys. How you doing, buddy? By the way, this will probably be a short one because I am 99% sure that I have the flu and I'm dying. And also I had a softball game, and which was a mistake to play because, I'm pretty sure I have the flu. So I feel like I feel considerably worse after playing, but I'm tired. Anyway, so we're not going to go as deep as we usually go, but how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How'd you do in your game?
Oh, we got our asses beat. Terribly. Terribly.
So it wasn't your flu game then?
No. Unfortunately, it was not. I wish it was, but what can you do? I mean, defense, I sucked, but I'm just blaming it on the other guys being really good because they hit it where I was not. So I was running all over the field like an idiot. It's like, oh, well, they hit it here last time, so I'll be in this area. And then, nope, I'm going to go forward. Nope, now they hit it back. So I was just, it wasn't good. It's usually the games where you feel the worst where they ask you to do more. It's almost like they can see it like, oh man, that guy, he's, as we say in Spanish, valiendo monda. But whatever, right now I'm holding in a sneeze. So there might be a point where I'm just like, Eric, you go. I'm just going to mute myself so I can sneeze, all right? Ooh. Anyway, before we get into it, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at DariusDW and at Super Dario World. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, all that good stuff. It really helps us out. If we make it to 10,000 subs before the end of the season, I'm going to go on a 10,000-mile road trip, record most of it, probably do Wild America while I am doing it, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's get started. Week 9 of the NFL. So, first off, trades. Left and right, as far as the eye can see. I have a list of all of them, so I'm just going to go through them really quickly. I did not do the usual prep that I usually do. As I mentioned before, I'm a little bit sick. So, here are the important ones, as I can see here, November 2025. The Eagles trade with the Dolphins for Jalen Phillips. That's the edge rusher. The rich just get richer, man. Fucking Eagles. Stop trading with the Eagles. God damn it. No. I can understand the Dolphins trying to get value out of Jalen Phillips and, throwing him a solid. Vic Fangio's with the Eagles. But stop trading with the Eagles. You always lose. You always lose when you trade with the Eagles. What? Anyway, whatever. Bengals.
What's the worst thing that can happen? Are they going to win a Super Bowl?
Another one back to back. I mean, this is like the difference between organizations. The Eagles already had a good defense. They had a Super Bowl winning defense. They lost a few guys, but they had a pretty solid defense still. They weren't bottom defense. And the GM's like, no, give me more. We need to be even better. So congratulations, Eagles. You're a well-run organization. Next, you have the Bengals sending linebacker Logan Wilson to the Cowboys, which, what the fuck, man? Why are the Cowboys trading at this point? They should be selling, but all right, whatever. The Titans send Draymond Jones to the Ravens. I don't even know what position Draymond Jones plays. I think he's a corner. Raiders send wide receiver Jacoby Myers to the Jaguars, who they really need, which sucks because we play the Jaguars later on in the season. The Browns sent Joe Tryon-Shoyinka to the Bears. I don't know. Now, here's an interesting trade. The Jets send cornerback Sauce Gardner to the Colts for, I believe, it's their wide receiver Mitchell and 2 first-round picks. So the Colts are all in on this season, man. Now, I don't think that they were one Sauce Gardner away from being, like a total juggernaut on defense, but they're making moves. They're risking their future. They're betting it all on this season. So good on you, I guess.
This is a weird season to bet it all on.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones' first season, I mean, he's looked stellar, but I mean...
Listen, it's the best season they've had in a while. They have the hottest start that they've had in a while. I get it. Risk it. It's fine. I understand. Also, what are the Jets going to do with 2 first-round picks? Nothing. They're just going to throw them out down the toilet. Anyway. Cowboys got Quinnen Williams from the Jets. The Saints sent Rashid Shaheed, wide receiver Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks. So the Seahawks looked incredible on Sunday. Let's give him one of the fastest wide receivers in the NFL. Why not? So the Seahawks looking pretty good after this. The Saints also sent offensive lineman Trevor Penning to the Chargers, which we needed. He's a former first-round draft pick. Not a superstar, but, at this point, we will take anybody. And actually, I'm shocked that they managed to get an offensive lineman on the trade deadline. They don't usually get traded, and I think it was a pretty reasonable pick. Like, they traded him for a 2027 sixth rounder. So, all right, that's pretty good, Next, the Chargers send Yasir Taylor to the Jets. And the Ravens send Jair Alexander to the Eagles. Cornerback Jair Alexander. So, again, stop trading with the Eagles, damn it. Now, Jair Alexander's been injured most of the season. He hasn't really played for the Ravens, so I get them wanting to send him out of town. But still, stop trading with the Eagles, god damn it.
It is just generally, it's just common knowledge at this point that the Eagles have the best GM, right?
Yeah. He fleeces everybody. You'll see the Jair Alexander and Jalen Phillips. Again, they had a pretty good defense, and they're like not good enough. We need more. So that's a well-run organization. But anyway, let's get into the.
Well, before we get to the games, I'm actually going to throw in at this point.
Okay.
My NFL fun fact, AI grok of the evening.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was actually. What do you call it? Because at some point we called it Googling. It just became a verb. What do we call it now? AIing. I was grokking it.
You grokked it, sure, because you use grok. Yeah.
But what do you say with ChatGPT? That's the most common one.
I don't know. Just give me the fun fact.
All right. Well, I used grok this time. And the grok says, and I'm not going to verify this because it's too late and I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
Did you know that the NFL's only 3-way trade in the Super Bowl era happened at the 2022 deadline when the Broncos sent a 4th rounder to the 49ers for a linebacker, Jonas Griffith? The 49ers flipped a 5th to the Dolphins for a running back, Jeff Wilson, and the Dolphins sent a 5th to the Broncos to complete the circle, and all 3 teams made the playoffs.
Okay. Fun fact. You should let me know. I would have made like an open, like a little image thing there, but that's okay. Huh. Is that the year the Broncos won?
2023?
Oh, no, the Broncos. Nah, come on.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. Was that the year the 49ers went to the Super Bowl?
You know what? We should remember this. 2020 was the last Brady Super Bowl. 21 was when Mahomes beat the Eagles?
Just go backwards. 2025 was Eagles beating the Chiefs. The one before that, I think, was the 49ers. Chiefs beating the 49ers.
So that's 2024. Was 2023?
Yeah, okay. So the Super Bowl was 2024. The season was 2023.
Oh yeah, I got.
So I think that's the one. Anyway, cool. Fun fact. Awesome. Let's move on. So let's get started with Thursday Night Football and the Baltimore Ravens welcoming back one Mr. Lamar Jackson and beating the ever-living hell out of the Miami Dolphins. I don't know what the hell is going on in Miami, but it looks really, really bad. On the other hand, the Ravens started looking really, really good, and Lamar Jackson only had like 4 touchdowns. Only. Derrick Henry, 100 yards on the ground. Just that. So, they're looking pretty good right now. Pretty good. Like that bye week really helped them get their heads out of their asses. So good for them.
Do you think Mike McDaniel has any dirt on like the higher ups or something? Because how did the GM get fired, but he survived?
Well, I mean, if you think about it a little, who built that team, right? It has to be the GM. The GM is the guy who hires everybody, and they have the horrible Tua contract. He's the guy who drafted him. I believe Mike McDaniels did not draft Tua.
I don't think coaches in general make drafts.
It's not a well-built team overall. It had its moments, but it's not well-built. He hired Mike McDaniels, I think. And so Mike McDaniels clearly is not a head coach. He might be a great coordinator, but he's clearly not a head coach. So it's kind of on his head. If you're the owner, you're like, you know what, just keep tanking. Just you guys keep doing it, whatever. Doesn't matter. But I'm done with this other guy. So it's easier to replace a GM during the season. You know, you can start to look for a new GM during the season than a head coach, I think. So, because the head coach, you need to wait till let's see who's available, who gets fired. But
how do you think that team would have looked with Herbie?
Better, because Herbert is a better quarterback than Tua. So they
imagine Herbie slinging the ball to freaking Tyreek.
I don't want to imagine that in a Dolphins uniform. Maybe in a Chargers one, but I don't know. Tyreek Hill's he's a criminal. But anyway, let's continue.
I'll take a criminal. I don't give a fuck.
At this point, I don't give a fuck. I want
to ring.
Yeah, I just want to win. Next, we had the most exciting game of the weekend. The Bengals dropping one against the Chicago Bears. This game was wild. The Bears were up by 2 scores. I think the Bengals scored 2 touchdowns within the span of a minute to take the lead, and they scored too fast because they left time on the clock for the Bears to score, and they were able to walk away with the victory. I've said it a million times. Joe Flacco broke a record. I think he's the oldest quarterback to have over 400 yards, 450 yards. He had 470. So we're starting to figure out, the question now is it Joe Burrow or is it just the Bengals offense, right? Because if Joe Flacco can put up Joe Burrow numbers, that means that maybe is Joe Burrow not the truth? Is he fake? And so the issue for the Bengals is, and I've said it before, you can win without an offense. You can't win without a defense. Case in point, the Bengals
show the Broncos
in back-to-back weeks. Yes, exactly. So the Bears didn't look great either, but they managed to squeak out a victory, and that's all that matters at the end, right? So good for the Bears, except for bad news. Tight end Cole Kmet, he had a concussion, so he will be out. I don't know how long. Concussions are weird. Could be 1 week, could be 2, could be more. It depends on the player. And for the Bengals, running back Samaje Perine has a high ankle sprain. He is week to week, at least expected to miss 1 game. So that's the injury update there. Again, really fun game. Bengals, you've had the most exciting games back to back, and you've lost them in the final minute back to back. I think they have a record of the only team to score like 37 points and lose back to back, something like that. It's wild because if they would have won those 2 games that they should have won, they'd be on top of their division probably. So it's
almost like everybody called it when everybody said like, hey, this is clearly the biggest glass cannon in the NFL.
Again, I'm an idiot. I do not know shit about fuck. But if I know more than you do, you're in fucking trouble, right? And here's the crazy thing. I'm pretty sure that everybody and their mother wanted Trey Hendrickson on their team for the trade deadline. It's like, hey, you want to sell this guy? He's clearly not coming back next year because, you kind of screwed him over in many ways. And the Bengals were like, no, we're not sellers. We're buyers. So the rumors that I've heard is like they were looking to actually add people. It's like, dude, you need to add like 7 players to your defense at least. And I don't know what they're doing, man. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
You had 7 players to your defense just to have a starting rotation.
And you know what's crazy? They were probably trying to trade for an offensive player. Like they're just that.
They're all in.
Exactly.
All in.
Yeah. They're just all their stats are on attack, 0 defense. So they're just
Fuck it.
Again, not a well-run organization. They're like the polar opposite of the Eagles. The Eagles are like, our defense is not perfect enough. The Bengals are like, fuck them. We'll just keep scoring on them. But whatever. Next.
This is why I can't give too much shit to Zach Taylor, because I'm like, who the fuck could win with this defense?
I mean, they let go of Lou Anaromo, and now the Colts look pretty good with him. So clearly, it wasn't the coach's fault. Lou Anaromo did great with the crap that he had in player wise. So it's just a shit organization, man. And I do give shit to Zach Taylor because they lose games that they're supposed to win. Because I mean, he could have told his players, "Hey, don't score so fucking fast," Like we kind of need to keep the ball and milk the clock a little so that they don't score on us at the end.
That team is literally all offense. No, he cannot tell them don't score.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's all they can do.
Oh, yeah. Sandman's mentioning something that rookie tight end Cole Kmet stepped up in. Rookie Colson Loveland stepped up in Cole Kmet's absence, and yeah, I think he had like the best game of his career so far. It's been a young career. It's been a slow start, but what was it? Over 100 yards. The game-winning touchdown. He looked really good. Again, he looked really good against the Bengals defense. So a little asterisk there, but it's good that they're using him more. It's good that he and Caleb Williams are developing that connection. They also did a bunch of fun trick plays. So the Bears are actually starting to become a watchable team.
They're way more watchable than the fucking Steelers, which I could never believe.
Right? But anyway, next we have the Vikings beating the Detroit Lions at home 27-24. This was a shocker. A shocker. I thought the Vikings were dead. I thought
at some point I just texted Dario and I was like, it's one of those weeks, isn't it?
Yep, it's one of those. Listen, it's a divisional game. You never know. But everybody was
Sunday. You get cocky.
Everybody was like, dude, the Lions are coming off a bye at home. The Vikings look like shit against the Chargers. Turns out they turned it around. JJ McCarthy, he had I don't want to say pedestrian game because he looked okay. He scored. He threw touchdowns. He ran for one. So it looks the big difference is the defense looked really good. Like they were on Jared Goff's like grill the entire time. So I don't know.
Picture. It looks like he's doing a choke slam.
Yeah, he does a little. So bad news for the Lions. Well, semi bad news. On their O-line, left tackle Taylor Decker injured his knee. He's day-to-day. And left guard Christian Mahogany injured his knee. He's headed to IR probably. Like, I didn't find a confirmation that he was, but they said he's going to miss a lot of time, probably back until December. That means that they'll send him to IR. On the other side of the field, the Vikings running back Aaron Jones actually left the game with an AC joint sprain. He is currently day-to-day, and they need him. So at the end of the game, at the locker room, they were interviewing him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll just need to rest a couple days." So all right, we'll see.
He's in high spirits.
Yeah, he looked confident. Next,
what are the standings? Like maybe it's not at a, maybe. Well, they are at the bottom.
Right,
they're at the bottom of their division, but they're one game away. Like that division is super fucking tight.
It's tight. Sandman says that some have said that the Vikings with JJ are the best team in the division. Whew.
I don't know if I have enough info on JJ yet.
Listen, I'm sure that some people have said that. I don't think I would say it yet. The issue is that the Vikings have not been healthy the entire time because their O-line's been beat to crap the entire season. They never really had Addison there and Jay Jettis with JJ McCarthy. This was like the first time that we actually saw all of them on the field. So the kid's got potential. He had some he had a really bad game against the Falcons. It turns out he was injured. He had a really good game against the Lions, and he had a really good quarter against the Bears. The key here is he's won 2 divisional games. So that's huge. His first 2 starts have been against divisional well, no, not first 2 starts. His first 2 out of his first 3 starts have been against divisional rivals, and he's won both of those. So that's really good. That's a really good sign. And also, they have nobody else. Carson Wentz is on IR, so they need to make the kid work one way or the other. Looks like that time on the bench helped them a little to recover and come back 100%. And they beat the Lions, which is huge, and probably saved their season. They're currently competitive right now. Next,
Are you gonna start getting some momentum now?
who knows? Because next up they have a date with the Ravens, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that'll be
JJ McCarthy the truth?
maybe it'll be a battle of the purple teams. So we'll see who is the true Purple King. Next, we have I don't want to say the biggest upset of the weekend, because the Vikings one was a pretty big upset, but the Carolina Panthers beat the Green Bay mother-loving Packers 16-13 at home. This game was unexpected because we just saw the Packers beat the crap out of the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, and the Carolina Panthers got their asses beat, without Bryce Young, by the Buffalo Bills. And lo and behold, Panthers came in with a vengeance. Bryce Young had like 100 yards passing, and they still won. It's crazy. This game was stupid. Also, bad news for the Green Bay Packers. Star tight end Tucker Kraft tore his ACL. He's out for the season, and and because of him, I lost. Son of a bitch. Actually, no. This was. I don't want to complain about my fantasy football team right now. I'll wait till there's the true culprit. And let me see. Wide receiver Matthew Golden injured his shoulder. He is currently day to day. So again, not only did you lose at home, conference game, the Panthers have a winning record, but you lost 2 of your weapons, and Matthew Golden looks like it wasn't as bad, but still, yeesh. The NFC North is way tighter than it should be because the 2 big dogs lost and the 2 little dogs won. So it'll be interesting how this division plays out down the stretch. So, thoughts?
My thoughts are, I saw this funny meme this week. Where it's like a text message and a guy's like, "Hey, are you coming to the party?" And he just replies with the Green Bay Packers logo. And he's like, "What the fuck is that supposed to mean?" And he's like, "It means I might show up or I might not. It just depends on how I'm feeling."
You know what? That's fair. That is beyond fair.
That is the Green Bay Packers this season. They just sometimes they're just like, you know what? Not today.
No,
not feeling it.
Like, I don't know. It was just dumb. They just looked terrible. Next, we have the LA Chargers beating the Tennessee Titans 27-20. This game,
not even close. Not even close.
The Titans showed some fight. They came in guns a-blazing, and you can tell kind of why. It's because players are they're trying to show out in case, some to get picked up by another team. And it makes sense. They showed out. They're still professionals. But if you looked at the plan, it was all completely discombobulated. It was just the Chargers made really stupid mistakes, like a pick six, and then allowing a return for a touchdown. So it never felt out of control for the Chargers offense or defense, right? It looked always solidly in control. The defense, there was a drive that was phenomenal. So the Titans are moving the ball down the field. They make it to the 1 yard line, to the one, and the defense stops them. Turnover on downs, and then the Chargers move the ball 99 yards to score. It was like, all right, okay, that's what we signed up for here. That was awesome defense. That was awesome offense, and we kept special teams out of it so they couldn't fuck up. So it was great. They're starting to look better little by little. Unfortunately, star left tackle Joe Alt suffered a high ankle sprain early in the game, and he is confirmed out for the season. This is devastating.
We got him back for 2 games, damn it.
Beyond fucking brutal. And to make matters worse, backup right tackle Bobby Hart also injured his groin. It's not clear how bad it is, but we can't have nice things. And it's weird how much one position group has been injured, because tackle 1 and 2 out for the season officially. 3 and 4 have been injured at points. 5 also injured at points, and now 6. We're at tackle number 6, and he's also getting injured. And by the way, he was playing well. He kind of earned the starting spot. Now he's injured. So all the way down to tackle number 6, and they're still getting injured. So I don't remember that ever happening to one particular position group. It's brutal. That's why the Chargers traded with the Saints for a tackle. And guess who you have in the schedule next? The fucking Steelers. TJ Watt is coming into the building next week. So it's just brutal. They can recover. It's not season ending, but listen, when we lost Rashawn Slater, you're like, okay, that kind of tempered down Super Bowl expectations, right? Losing Joe Alt, now you're like, man, we might not make the playoffs. I would not be shocked. Now, do you trust in the coaches enough? Do you trust in the other players enough? Sure, you can put in an extra lineman. You can use Tucker Fisk or Will Disley when Will Disley's healthy, and to help on either side. So you can run the ball more. But where you're down to your fourth and fifth running back, it sucks how much injuries they've had this season. And a lot of them have been unlucky. So we'll see how that goes. They had such a good start, man. The season's not over. Obviously, they still have a chance. It just sucks that down the line. Again, right now, next you have a date with the Steelers, who's a tough defense, or at least they started to show signs of life. You're seeing the Broncos again. You're seeing the Chiefs again. You have to face the Texans down the line. You're gonna go against the Raiders and Max Crosby again. Oh man, it's gonna be rough.
When is the trade deadline?
It already passed. It was today. I think it ended like 4:00.
So we can't do like any last minute,
No, I mean,
take something from the Eagles,
dude. Teams generally don't trade offensive linemen. They're too valuable. Especially good ones. So
that's why I said the Jets. They're not doing anything.
They don't trade them. They don't. So fortunately, they managed to get one, and relatively cheap, from the Saints. So good there. And if they actually manage to get something out of them, great. Right now, it's just you're gonna depend a lot more on your tight ends to protect Herbert. You're gonna depend more on the running back to protect Herbert, and they're gonna have to scheme protection. That's it. That's Greg Roman. This is what you're getting paid for. You need to keep Herbert upright, and the weapons need to get open faster. Like, that's just it. Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, you need to get open fast. Fortunately, they're good at that. So we'll see how it goes. But it's
gonna start seeing a lot more screens, hopefully.
We'll see. It's a massive blow to the season. Fortunately, it looked like the injury is one of those that you can recover 100%. So Joe Alt should come back looking like Joe Alt. It's not like the Slater injury, who he may not be coming back at 100%. So we'll see how that goes. That guy says Chargers can never have a healthy O-line. Yeah, unfortunately, it's
Not legal.
it's they can't. They'll get arrested. Next, we have the Atlanta Falcons losing to the New England Patriots, mounting a comeback for the ages. The Atlanta Falcons flipping the script on the Patriots, and then missing an extra point and losing. So that was honestly hysterical. That was really funny. The Patriots, what can I say? Mike Bravel, pretty good coach. Pretty good coach. The Patriots, pretty good organization. Drake May, pretty good quarterback. They survived with the skin of their teeth on this one, but hey, it doesn't matter. It's a W, man. It's a W. Drake May, I think he also broke another record, franchise record, in a game where he didn't look great. So, kids having a phenomenal season. Bad news for them is that wide receiver Kayshon Boutte injured his hamstring. He's currently day-to-day. And cornerback Christian Gonzalez injured his head. Fortunately, he did not have a concussion, so he looks like he should be good to play next game. By the way, LG Boy says, ha ha ha, fuck the Falcons. So,
Yeah, fuck them.
amen, brother. Next, we have the San Francisco 49ers dominating the New Jersey Giants. And holy shit, Jackson Dart looked really good. The problem is that none of his wide receivers could catch a fucking ball. Jesus Christ. I feel really bad for the kid. 49ers, they got the freaking formula. Just give the ball to Christian McCaffrey, either on the ground or on the air, and you'll win football games. Just do that a lot, and you'll win. In fact, he should be considered for MVP this season, because basically they're winning, giving the ball to Christian McCaffrey 100 times per game. And on the other side, what can you even do if you're the Giants, man? What can you even do? What are you looking forward
Fire
to?
everybody and just keep Jackson Dart.
Well, the thing is, do you fire Brian Dable? Because clearly he's making Jackson Dart work. The issue is the wide receivers. But again, his number one weapon got injured, and he's out for the season. So,
I mean, Daniel Jones looking at like an MVP his first year out of New York, so just saying.
that is true. Technically, second year?
And technically New Jersey, I get it.
No, fair enough. Next, the most shocking win of the weekend. The Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Indianapolis Colts 20-27. And the most shocking thing about this game is that the Steelers had 6 turnovers. 6. And only won by a score. So, what can you say to that? I mean, a win is a win is a win. The defense showed up to play, man. They showed up to kill. Like, it's actually pretty funny because fans brought in a coffin to, the tailgate and to make like a funeral for the Steelers defense. And so the Steelers shut them the fuck up pretty quickly. But holy crap, Daniel Jones looking like New Jersey Daniel Jones. Aaron Rodgers game managing the shit out of this one, getting a W. So it sucks that the Pittsburgh Steelers defense looks good all of a sudden when they're up against the Chargers. But
maybe they got it out of our system.
Hopefully, because I mean they looked really bad against the Packers. Now they looked really good against the Colts. Hopefully they go back to looking really bad. But this victory really shakes things up in the NFL, in the AFC, because I thought the Steelers were dead in the AFC North. I'm sorry. I thought the Ravens were just gonna cakewalk back to take the control of that division, but turns out not so much. The Steelers remain 2 games up, and now the Ravens have a date with the Vikings, which doesn't look that easy anymore, and the Steelers face the Chargers, who we don't even know who their tackles are. So it's calendar started to look
prepared for nobody.
Yeah, your calendar looks a little bit better for the Steelers as of right now. Remember the next 6 games, we thought they're going to win 2 of those. They've won 1 that we thought was a loss. So there's 2 left that we thought were going to be gimmies. And the one against the Chargers, we thought they were going to lose. Now, I'm not sure. It's a coin toss. And not even a coin toss. I think I'm leaning towards the Steelers on that one. But obviously, I'm not going to pick them for homer reasons. But whatever. Next. Oh, and the Colts. Still.
It's called ethical reasons.
Yeah. Colts still the number 1 seed in the AFC. But now they're tied with the teams that everybody saw coming. The New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos all tied at 7-2. Like
as everybody predicted.
Exactly. Every single person. Next, we have the Denver Broncos sneaking a victory from the Houston Texans. And this game was brutal from the beginning. It was just, really good defense, I guess, all around, or really bad offense all around. Unfortunately for the Texans, starting QB CJ Stroud exited the game with a concussion early on. And from that point on, David Mills went in. Davis Mills? Whatever. The backup QB went in, and he looked fine, but still that Denver Broncos defense is gnarly. Gnarly. Same with the Texans defense, but I thought that at home, honestly, if CJ Stroud would have finished the game, they might have won, maybe, but it doesn't matter. It only matters who was there at the end, and at the end, the scoreboard says freaking Broncos with a comeback in the 4th quarter, because that's the only quarter where they know how to play offense. So they're the 4th quarter kings as of this moment. So congrats on them. They keep their winning streak going. Just stay on top of the Chiefs. That's all that matters. It's all that matters. I'm at this point.
You seen that Dexter meme where it's the black dude who's always suspicious of Dexter, but he can't prove it?
Uh-huh.
And that's me with the Broncos. It's like, I know they're fake, I just can't prove it.
Listen, I'm concerned about the Broncos for many reasons. However, at this point, well, what's the motto? Anybody but the Chiefs, right? I like the Broncos' chances to beat the Chiefs more than the Chargers after losing Joe Alt. So I am at the point where I'm like, you know what? If it's going to be the Broncos, it's going to be the Broncos. I'm okay with it, as long as it's not the Chiefs. So get your heads out of your asses. Start using J.K. Dobbins more, because you move the ball pretty well with him. I don't know why the game plan is just stop running the ball. I don't understand it. It must be as a fan of the Broncos, it must be infuriating. As a person who's not a fan of the Broncos, I'm like, yeah, keep fucking up. But at this point, I'm like, no, stop fucking up. We need you to stay on top of the Chiefs. And those fuckers, again, are lucky. The Broncos play the Chiefs after the Chiefs get their bye week. So it's, again, bullshit, but whatever. We just need you to stay on top of the Chiefs. That's it. That's all you're good for. It doesn't matter. Now, preferably, the Chargers stay on top of you, but I'm being realistic here. It's going to be a tough road. It's going to be a really tough road.
Preferably, the meteor hits.
Yes, exactly. Chick Dominguez says, I'm back. Anyway, 7-2, baby. We have the better D. This season.
It's a
this
damn
season.
good D.
And they have that 4th quarter magic. Yeah, so. Listen, I don't think it's the world's biggest criticism to be like, oh, they can only play offense on the 4th quarter. Doesn't matter if you win.
The most important one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you win. All right? It's like, oh, they only played good 1 quarter. Did they win? Doesn't scoreboard. That's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. So congratulations, stupid donkeys. Just stay above the Chiefs, all right? You may be our only hope. Next.
Nah, we can beat them.
I'm pretty sure.
Fully delusional.
Hells yeah. Listen, we'll see what they do with the new tackles. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars surviving the Las Vegas Raiders in overtime, 30-29. We had a record-breaking kick on this one, I believe. Cam Little's his name. The kicker for the Jaguars had a 68-yard field goal, so he currently holds the record for longest field goal in the NFL. Unfortunately,
before Tucker?
Yeah, it's longer than Tucker. Yeah, so he now holds the record. Unfortunately, did not come out unscathed. Before the game, cornerback wide receiver Travis Hunter suffered a non-contact injury, so he was placed on IR. And wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. has a low-grade ankle sprain. He is currently day-to-day, so that's why they traded for one Jacoby Myers, who was in the Raiders, who they beat the day, two days ago. So there you go. By the way, Brock Bowers looking pretty good, coming back officially, which I hate. I loathe it entirely. But yeah, good for him, I guess. Good for him. But ready to lose. Haha. Next, we have the New Orleans Saints. Game their asses handed to them by the Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford is quietly having an MVP season. He currently leads the NFL in touchdowns. I believe he had 4 on this one, if I'm not mistaken. He had 5 in the previous week, 4 on this one. So things are looking pretty good. I don't know why. I feel like the Rams are not really a talked about team. To me, they looked like a real contender, like maybe in the conversation of the best team in the NFC, easily top 5. Easily.
Could it be just they're getting sort of outshined by the Seahawks in their division?
Maybe. I don't know. But they're quietly having a really, really good season. Let's see. Check the Mingus.
One of those LA things where the fans won't show up unless they make the playoffs.
Maybe. Chick Mingus says that he feels that the Broncos are doing it on purpose. Sean is like, hey, play horrible the first 3 quarters, and on the 4th we'll embarrass them. It's a strategy, man. It's a strategy.
They're winning.
It's working. I wouldn't say it's a great strategy, but they're winning. Like, I wouldn't take a risk on that. But anyway, next, probably the funnest game to watch in the entire weekend. The Buffalo Bills beating the Kansas City Chiefs, dominating the Kansas City Chiefs 21-28 in Buffalo. And I find it very interesting that a lot of the talking heads are like, yeah, whatever. I don't care about this game. Beat him in the playoffs, right? Beat him in January. Beat him in February. Otherwise, I don't care, because the Bills always beat the Chiefs during the season. Well, here's the thing that nobody considered. If the Chiefs don't make it to the playoffs, they don't have to worry about beating them in the playoffs. And as things currently stand right now, the Chiefs are not in the playoff picture. The Jaguars are the 7th seed. Chiefs are number 8. They out.
And it is absolutely staying like that.
Totally. Yeah, because the Jaguars will totally. I mean, they have the tiebreaker. They have the tiebreaker against the Chiefs. So, yeah. Dude, of course it matters to beat the Chiefs. Like, I think this is stupid. Whenever you beat them, it's a good thing. It gives you a tiebreaker afterwards, and you currently need them. Apparently, you currently need it this season. And the most important thing about this win, both teams are not on top of their division. They're trailing a division rival. So if the Chiefs would have beaten
the Chiefs too,
yeah, if the Chiefs would have beaten the Buffalo Bills, they would have had the same record as the Chargers. Now they're 1 game behind the Chargers. They're 2 games behind the Broncos. So of course it matters. I don't understand the stupid talking heads, but it's good when they do it. So now I'm like, yeah, I don't listen to you anymore. You're dumb. But what's up?
Have they? I mean, I guess you could see it as being technically 2 games behind the Chargers, right? If they want to over
2.5.
them.
Yeah, no, they're 2.5 because they have the tiebreaker.
Have the Chiefs played the Broncos yet?
1.5. No, I just told you. Bye week.
I forget.
And then they play each other. So the Broncos play the Raiders this week on Thursday Night Football, and then they play the Chiefs. All right, so it's gonna be week 11.
Okay, Raiders. Here's what you got to do. I'm gonna need you all to just not show up. Let the Broncos have a bye week.
I mean, technically they have a mini bye because it's Thursday night football.
Don't care. I want them to just show up and just like throw themselves on the ground.
You know what?
Just,
Fair enough.
just pave the way. Let them rest. Let them play their bench.
Just bend over. Just show your ass. You've been playing like ass anyway the entire season. Check the says
People will respect you.
I'm glad that the Bills won. It was orgasmic in a non-gay way. Of course. I completely understand. Next, we have Sunday Night Football, and this game was brutal. The Seattle Seahawks beat the ever-living crap out of the Washington Commanders 38-14, and it wasn't even that close. Sam Darnold had a perfect half. He had like 4 touchdowns, did not miss a pass. I think he had 17 in a row. They were just doing whatever they wanted on offense. They looked unfreaking stoppable. And to make matters worse, not only did they get their asses handed to them, the Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels got injured. He dislocated his elbow. It looked really gnarly, like really, really nasty. Nobody taught Jayden Daniels how to fall, clearly, because you don't put your arm on the ground like that. You're supposed to just, whatever. I'm hoping he learned his lesson. And here's the concern with Jayden Daniels. Dude's way too skinny. He's really talented, but he looks like he's injury prone because he takes too many hits. And so
How many injuries is it now?
I think he had a hamstring earlier in the season. Now the arm. Fortunately, it's not his throwing arm, and it looks like he'll be back sooner rather than later. Because again, it's just dislocated elbow. He didn't tear anything. But Jesus Christ, he takes too many hits, and he's not built for them. He's too freaking skinny. He's too slight. Look at his shoulders. Like even with the shoulder pads, his shoulders are the same size as this guy right here, like the same width. It's not great. So, right? Like I saw your face and you're like, hot damn, that's true. So
I'm built like an NFL player. Let's go.
I mean, it sucks because he's a scrambler and he's good doing it, but dude, slide. Otherwise, you're not gonna have a good long career. And to make matters worse, quarterback Marshawn Lattimore tore his ACL. He's out for the season. And wide receiver Luke McCaffrey broke his collarbone. So he's headed to the IR too. So it was just one thing on top of the other. Everybody was criticizing Dan Quinn. It was like, well, why was Jayden Daniels still in the game in the fourth quarter in a game they were losing by 30 points? And I blame the Broncos on this one because the Broncos had a fourth quarter comeback for 33 points. And now everybody thinks they can do it. So it's congratulations, Broncos. You broke that boy's arm. You broke that poor man's arm and the hearts of the entire Washington Commanders fan base because their season is headed down the toilet. It looked bad before. It looks really, really bad now. Thoughts?
Oh man, it sucks seeing Jayden Daniels go down again. I really like what he's brought to Washington. He actually makes me like the Commanders a little bit, which is difficult.
Because Dan Quinn.
They do have a shitty name, and I do hate Dan Quinn from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, fair enough. And finally, Monday Night Football. The Arizona Cardinals dominate, control the Dallas Cowboys 27-17. The game really wasn't that close. And now we have a quarterback controversy because Jacoby Brissett started to look pretty good. And I believe he was named the starter for next week. So is this the end?
Kyler.
Is this the end of Kyler Murray in Arizona?
I'm pretty sure next season we're gonna be seeing him head off. Where would he go?
Because he
goes to the Jets.
He has a very gnarly contract, and they're early on it. So it's not like they could just get rid of him. And if they do, it's like, who's gonna get him? I think it's like he's in the $50 million range per. I think he's like 17% of their cap. Like it's crazy. It's a crazy amount of money, and he hasn't played up to it. Like I told you, he's probably the most erratic quarterback in the NFL. And now Marvin Harrison Jr. looked really good getting passes thrown by Jacoby Brissett. Because, I don't know, he can see him. So it sucks because Kyler Murray's got a lot of talent, but it just has never translated to wins. So I was curious. I was considering putting Gannon in the hot seat, but maybe Gannon's not really the problem there. I don't think it's probably more of a Kyler thing. So we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting storyline to say the least.
I'm gonna call it. He's gonna leave.
Maybe. Who knows? All right.
The Jets are gonna buy him.
Probably so. Okay. That's it for today. Did I miss anything? Did we hit everything?
Nothing. Well, we spoke about all the games. That's all that matters.
Fair enough. Yeah. And we kept it under an hour. Good. Because honestly, I slowly start feeling worse and worse and worse. So I'm going to go to bed. As always, thank you for joining us. Like I said, like this video, share this video, leave a comment. I hear that helps out too. As subscribe to the channel. Something else, I forget. But as always, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.